Henshaws, daily living, supporting people with sight loss and a range of other disabilities to go beyond expectations. Hello, welcome to Henshaws Tips, Tricks and Tech. We're back with Bryony again today to do another video about parenting with sight loss. We did one before and there were so many things that we didn't get to talk about and so many questions that I didn't get to ask her that we're back again, and we're probably going to do even more videos. So, Bryony, one of the things that we didn't get around to chatting about last time was getting out and about with your baby. So that's something that most new parents worry about. Obviously, you get your baby home from hospital, but how do you get back out of the house again? And obviously, if you've got no sight, that's a completely different ball game. So, how did you first cope with that, and what are some of the things that you've done?
I heard about people pulling your pram behind you.
Right.
Because some of them have the swivel handle so you can pull it, but I never felt that was safe enough, and it just never settled me. But a lot of people do that if they've got guide dogs, so they pull the pram behind. So I consulted a sling library, and I got a one-on-one session with a sling carrier consultant, and she come round and we discussed lots of different ones, and I tried, and for about 6 months I carried him. And then he got a bit heavy, so...
Carried him on your front?
Yeah, my front. And then my partner took over, and now we alternate between carrying him on the back and using reins, like a harness.
Right.
But you can get reins that, like, just go around the front and they've got, like, a funky handle on, or you can get, like, a backpack one so they don't even think they're being kind of harnessed.
So I suppose, like any parenting, you work out what's right for you. So there's not set way to do things for any parenting, is there? But if you're visually impaired, there's not a set way to do things. You try things out and you find out what you're comfortable with. So you mentioned your partner now. He's visually impaired as well, isn't he? So Freddy's got 2 visually impaired parents. So how do you cope with that?
You just do. He carries mainly now,
right?
But then he's like 2, so he don't want to be on his back all the time. So he uses the reins with him. I know a lot of other people who've got a little bit of sight put them in really bright fluorescent clothes, like those jackets, those high vis
maybe a Henshaws t-shirt or Henshaws hoodie.
Just because if they run off in like parks and stuff, then you've got to reel them back in.
So I imagine a lot of, especially if you're both visually impaired, a lot of potential parents will be worried about getting out with a toddler because they are so active and all over the place, aren't they? But you and Danny cope, don't you? And I think that's the message that we really want to get across today, is that things are difficult, aren't they? Different challenges, but they are for any parent. And you're coping, aren't you?
Yeah, you just find your own way of doing everything. Everyone's individual and everyone finds a way of doing it. Like, you find a way of going out yourself, mobility wise, so you've now just got a little person that you have to take with you. So you're just learning as you go along, like every parent is no different. I felt very safe carrying him when he was little because he was on me and he was with me, and that, rather than pulling him behind.
So again, we could talk all day, I think, about this because I think it's amazing, but could you give us 3 of your top tips as a mum to our audience out there?
If I was doing it all again, I wouldn't give my child a dummy unless I really had to, because finding a dummy when you can't see it is the bane of your life. Even if they've got a dummy clip on, they will fling it off.
So what do? You end up just patting around trying to find a dummy?
Just got about 500 everywhere. It's like a dummy ball pit. But luckily now he can find his own. Find your dummy, they're just a nightmare, honestly. Right.
So no dummies?
No dummies.
Number 2,
definitely when they're toddling about, get reins and get them used to walking with you with reins, and don't. I'm at this challenge at the moment where other people want to take him out, and because they can see, they can let him run off and stuff, which I'm not letting him do. So he's always got to be either holding hands or reins, which is just safer anyway. And always remember to take their socks off before you put them in the bath.
Okay, I take it you've done that one a few times.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, remember that. Take the socks off before you put them in the bath.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for that, Bryony, and hopefully we'll chat to you again. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then please like it, please share it, and share the Henshaws love. Bye.